Well, it has been 10 years since a ship named the Probo Koala unloaded toxic waste into Abidjan's ports, sickening hundreds of thousands and killing at least 15 people. Now, a decade after the scandal, Ivorian authorities say they have cleaned the dumping sites and taken measures to make sure this doesn't happen again. Meanwhile, the victims are still demanding justice and compensation. Emily Eob reports from Abidjan.
It was just 10 years ago that Nicole Blenio woke up to a smell of rotten garlic.
It's here that they offloaded the toxic waste. People are cultivating the land here.
Overnight, trucks illegally discharged toxic waste belonging to a ship named the Probo Koala in several open-air locations around Abidjan, including here in a landfill in the village of Aquedo. Hundreds of thousands of people living near the site soon got sick and at least 15 died. Blenio says residents are still feeling the symptoms to this day.
We all have problems with our eyes, with our skin, strange stomach aches.
Blenio said there never was any medical follow-up and the victims are asking to have their medical expenses covered. Residents claim they still can smell the toxic odor when it rains, despite the Ivorian government announcing last year that all locations had been cleaned. Officials said new control measures have been taken at the port.
Each time a ship arrives and the port tells us that they are transporting liquids they want to offload, we systematically send a team over to run an analysis.
The exact composition of the toxic waste from the Probo Koala remains unknown. Trafigura, the Dutch oil trading firm that chartered the vessel, has never disclosed it. In 2007, the firm agreed to pay a multi-million-dollar settlement to the Ivorian government in exchange for being exempted from prosecution. It has always downplayed its responsibility in the disaster. For Denis Yao Pipira, president of a collective of victims associations, justice is needed.
S'il n'y a pas eu de sanctions exemplaires, ce serait un laxisme forcément qui va ouvrir la voie.
If there is no exemplary sanction, it will pave the way for new dumping grounds, like the one we experienced in 2006. Companies only focused on saving money will come to Africa to get rid of their waste with total impunity.
10 years later, many victims are still waiting for compensation. Some recently protested in Abidjan, asking for the international community to step in. Emily Eob for VOA News in Abidjan.